Happy Halloween. It is Halloween for you. It's not yet for us. However, we've got all of our prep work to do, and we have a dessert, a dinner, carving the jack-o'-lanterns, all of that going on today. So I figured it would be the perfect vlog to put up on Halloween morning and get all those nice little vibes going for the day for you guys at home. Almost all of the pieces for the kids' Halloween costumes are here. We are only missing 2. They are for Gwen. So we have to bring out all the Halloween pieces, make sure we have everything. That is like #1 priority. And then Declan's costume, we have to distress part of it because of what he's being. We are going to make feetloaf for dinner tonight. I was going to make the rat, and my younger kids can't stand it. They just think it's the weirdest thing. So I'm gonna make feetloaf. And then I saw this really cute dessert with ghosts on it. And I thought of a fun way to try and make it easier to do the ghost. So I'm gonna try that as well and just see wherever else the day takes us before my husband gets home from work and we get to go outside and carve pumpkins. Declan had Day of the Dead at school today, so he's got face paint. They did all kinds of fun stuff with candy. Wow, you're doing some crazy stuff with your eyes. They also gave each one of the kids some little marigold seeds, and then they drew on a little planter. Now, we don't have luck with stuff like this, but we have grown marigolds in our garden, so I think we're just gonna let him put these seeds directly out there. But we'll see, but I just think that's really cute. I just started preheating the oven because the first thing I wanna knock out is the brownies. You can use any box brownie mix that you want to, make a homemade one. It really doesn't matter. And you could stir in anything you want in here. You could put extra chocolate chips. I have some of this extra, it's like half a bag of these sprinkles and M&Ms and stuff from the cookies that I made yesterday. So I'm just gonna stir this straight into that and just add some more Halloween fun because I really have no use for this in like 2.5 more days. To get my stepladder out because my pan is all the way up here where I can't reach. But I'm going to use my stitch pan while I'm still going to for Halloween. These. I saw them in Walmart and Target recently. They're just square Ferrero Rochers. Instead of a big hazelnut inside of them, it's just flat. These are really good. Would I go giving these things out for Halloween candy? Absolutely not. Would they make a really cute teacher gift, secretary gift, anything like that this coming Christmas? Absolutely. I hope you can clearly see that because it gives all the same vibes of a Ferrero Rocher, the whole ball, but without having to chew on that big hazelnut piece. These are just delicious. I've got icing to go on top of the brownies. The original ones I saw with these ghosts, they used chocolate ganache. I didn't really feel like doing that whole process, so I made my life easier with a jar. But either way, you can do straight melted chocolate on the top of the brownies, full-blown ganache, the icing, really whatever you wanna do. That's breadcrumbs for dinner. Potatoes, because I'm gonna make homemade mashed potatoes to go with dinner. I mean, it's kind of like a big fun family night, the night that we do the jack-o'-lanterns. So I kind of like to do a little bit more of a Sunday dinner type deal. I prefer when I'm making any kind of decorated brownie, I go for the cake-like option. Oh, I forgot this is one that has this in it. I don't know, I buy whatever brownie mix, cake mix is BOGO at Publix across the street. I forgot this one had the little squeeze pouch. Go ahead, squeeze that. Squeeze it at least 15 times. What? 15. So go squeeze it.
Okay, I'll go do this while
I know I should be using a liquid measuring cup, but I just don't feel like it right now. There's 1, there's 2. Egg. Egg. Almost missed the egg. Pumpkin. And I will say, making them cake mix cookies yesterday has me like so excited for holiday baking. It's insane. My brain is already there. Just make sure you squeeze the whole thing in. Yes, scrunching it up and wetting it does help. This is just so I can lift them out later with the icing on them and cut it a little bit easier instead of making a big mess. But you don't really have to do this step either, but I'm doing it. And I'm still spraying it down too. I'm just gonna start sprinkling. You tell me if you think we've hit too much. Do like half the half. That's about half of the half.
Okay, that's already a lot.
Let me get my hands out of there.
I need some like M&Ms over here. There we go.
Yeah, that is a sugar overload.
And look, there's more on this side. So like there's people who like them and people who don't like them.
There's our craziness, and then I'll show you when it's done. While the brownies bake, I'm gonna go in my closet. That's where I've been storing all the kids' Halloween costume pieces. Bring them out, lay them out, make sure we've got everything we need. Sorry, Kitty.
Did you just get the cake?
No, but I scared her.
Mommy, I'm hungry.
Oh, we gotta sew your buttons on for carving tonight. Carving. Gwen is going to be a dead bride, and I didn't want to like fully ghost her out, so I got the lightest foundation I could find. There was one that was already open, so I kind of sampled it on my skin. For me, it was way too pale, but like both of my girls are a lot more fair than I am, so I'm hoping this will still work. Here's the bride on her box. Like, she's got normal coloring, but she's also got like blood and like bloodshot things because she's a weird version of a zombie. So I don't know. I'm gonna play around with it, but I already know there's one thing in here I have to fix, which is another reason why I'm bringing this out. The other day when this got here and I tried on her, I could see that there's a skull completely loose in the bag, and I don't know if it's from the headpiece or if the bouquet might have any in there. I don't know, but my guess it's the headpiece. The glue completely detached right there. On her little veil piece, which I also need to lay on something so that way it can get flattened out, but the skull came right off. So I'm gonna have to hot glue that back on. Anyways, bouquet to life, and it smells horrible. Brianna, I need you to pick a spray because we gotta spray this sucker down. Gwen is the one that's still missing. Her shoes are on the way, and her fake engagement ring are both on the way from Amazon. They are to arrive tomorrow morning. So, no. Hold your breath. Okay, my goodness. What is that, vampire blood?
Yeah.
It's fitting. Brianna is going to be Marionette. That's her name?
The puppet, just say the puppet.
The puppet from Five Nights at Freddy's. So we got this like gymnastics bodysuit. We gotta cut it and, you know, mutilate it a little bit to make it fit, because she's got different tights, because it's got rings around the legs and rings around the arms, and hers we have to piece together. We also have to sew these buttons on the front. These are big buttons. I didn't even open them to see the size and make sure it's the right size. Whoops. I just naturally assumed. We know what assuming does. You know more about this than I do, but I mean,
Yes.
those are pretty good sized buttons here on my green.
It can honestly even be a little bigger, but I like it like that.
I think this was the largest size they had, which is why I picked this size. I have all their clothes hanging in my closet. Aiden has his shirt, his cape. Gwen has her very big, heavy dress. It's in there so that way all the wrinkles drop out of it. Declan's costume for school for Friday, that's also hanging in there to get the wrinkles out. So is Gwen's. This is Declan's shirt for Halloween night. He's going to be Jason. They don't make a kid's Jason costume. I looked all over. So apparently we gotta do it ourselves. So this I got off Amazon. I'm gonna cut the cuffs, distress it. He wants to go roll around in some dirt. So we have to distress this. And no, I'm not kidding. When I say he wants to go roll around in some dirt, I mean it. He wants me to drive him up to his elementary school because they have a big pile of dirt that he thinks would be absolutely perfect. No, I'm not doing that. But yeah, he wants to go roll around in some dirt. I just put this on one part of Gwen's cheek. You hear in there? She goes, oh, bruh. Because, I mean,
It's a little off.
it's not supposed to match. It's supposed to be lighter.
It's a little lighter.
It's supposed to be light.
It's a little off.
Go see Brianna. That pile of ghost is Declan. But this stuff right here, if you have crazy makeup you're putting on for Halloween or even just normal makeup, this is phenomenal. You saw the black mark on Declan's eye, right? He has blonde eyebrows. Look, completely 100% back to normal with just the tiniest bit of this. Hot glue gun. Looks like it's ready to go.
Is it ready?
I'm gonna overload it since it already fell off once.
Do not try on your finger.
Okay, I'm not gonna get it on my finger. But her headpiece should be repaired now. Here,
Yeah.
and about, what, like here?
Yeah.
And then a third one like what, here?
Yeah.
Shrink up a little bit. So if we cut it here, it's probably gonna come up to here.
Yeah, probably like there then.
So probably cut off here.
Yeah.
I'll make sure those match before I cut it. So you're gonna be careful when you take this off. Now where do you want down here? Do you wanna cut it at the knee and then just move it around as you need to? Or do you want it a little shorter?
Like probably there.
You want it to land here?
Probably like there.
Okay, then we're gonna cut it probably
No,
here.
no, like I don't want it to land there, like there, so it can land like there.
Okay, so we're gonna cut it off right around there. You saw the chalk on Brianna. That's for the buttons. I've got my tiny little sewing kit. I wish I had a sewing machine, but this little bitty kit does it. I've got 2 of these, so. But my little kit is ready. I will sew her buttons on. I have to cut her pants and the sleeves still. We have to distress this. The brownies just finished. They're back there. And my husband just walked in the door all at the same time. There's no turning back. And I'm afraid once I cut it, it's gonna start to roll. I don't know if that's gonna do it. So we might end up having to use some double-sided tape to hold this suit into place. I'm hoping not, but we might. All right, no turning back now. Sleeves are off. Things, I really do not want to screw it up. I am not a seamstress by any means. But there's her bodysuit. I gotta clean off the marks, but I still also have to sew her buttons too. Chalk comes off really easy. That's why you use chalk. Okay, already gone.
Like this.
There's a button.
That's right.
1 down, 2 to go. All right. 3 buttons. I'm not gonna cut these. I'm gonna cut out this part right here.
I need to try on the tights.
These parts right here cut off.
Sure.
All right, suck your arm in. Don't just put your arm down and keep your fingers curled up.
Scissors are gonna break. Might need to use those white ones.
One of the fun things about Halloween is taking old kid clothes and just destroying it. He's always complained about the cuffs on these pants. Well, you don't go worry about that now. I'm getting started on the feetloaf. I've got a little over 2 pounds of ground beef. This is just my breadcrumbs, eggs, milk, ketchup sitting here. I put a little bit of Worcestershire sauce in there for the color. I still have to season this, but I want the breadcrumbs to kind of soak up some of that liquid first for a few minutes. I'll put this in there, season it all, mix it up, and then I'll show you the shape, but you're going for 2 feet. And then for the bone inside where the leg, like the foot was cut off, you need to cut the onion circular, and we're gonna actually pop some of these outside layers off to make it smaller, but then you're gonna use these outside layers for the toenails. And you can also cut some of this up and put it in there if you prefer. Divide it in half. This one is getting the shape of a foot, leaving that spot back here where the leg would be detached. That's gonna have the onion to look like the bone. I still have to cut the toes. But that's all you're doing is dividing the meat in half and shaping it to look like a left and a right foot. Now, if you don't care if they look like from two different people, then by all means, make two right or two left. Make one that's missing toes. The gorier, the better when it comes to stuff like this. So you're only limited by your imagination. And I kind of 2 and 5 toes. And then I kind of do a little separation. But you don't have to go all the way down to the bottom if you really don't want to. You're just trying to make it from the top up here that there's multiple toes. The outside layers off, so that way I could wedge the onion in there, and then I will pull the meat up around it in like a jaggedy mess. And then take the onions that you already cut, and you can make those, poke them in to look like toenails. We have feet. And again, it's supposed to look gory. It's supposed to look gross. And when we go to baste this, we're gonna like really emphasize the blood around here so that way it looks like the foot has been severed. But this goes in the oven now for about 45 minutes, and then we'll do the glaze. Loaf is in the oven and the oven is on. I'm going to attempt the ghost. I've got some candy melts. I thought I had plain white. I actually don't. I have confetti. So they're gonna be a little festive. But that's okay. What I'm thinking is if I put a few of these down and then they melt in the little pile, I could take a spoon and drag and make the ghost. So I'm gonna try a few at first and see if my theory actually pans out, because I don't know if it's going to, so we'll see. Ah, okay, I hope they're melty enough. Hold the parchment paper still. And then just drag their little bodies down like that. Try a different shape. Drag him a little further. Yeah, these are gonna be festive because that confetti comes out really, really strong. I was gonna draw their little mouth and stuff on, but I got black sprinkles in the one icing, so I'm gonna use that.
And you can do the blue.
Oh, he's got a green eye now. No.
Ooh. You could use the black sprinkles for the blue.
Yeah, that's cute. I had to make sure I had 7 for our family, so these might be a little thin, these two. I think they're still gonna be really cute, but these have to sit here and completely harden. I tried to take Declan's pants out into the dirt. The dirt worked really, really well. The blood did not, like on any of it. You can kind of see it a little bit on the shirt. The dirt barely stuck to the shirt, so I still have some more work to do on Jason. There's the feet. I'm gonna try and transfer them out of this pan and then get you guys to have a better look at them. Homemade mashed potatoes. And there's a look at the feet. They came out really, really good this time. We're done eating, but change of plans because it's starting to get a little too dark out there and mosquitoes, so we're not gonna fight with that tonight. And we're just gonna set up right here to do all the pumpkin carving. Disposable tablecloth makes my life easier. And I don't fight with candles. I just use glow sticks and it makes my life easier as well. With that, we just chuck it in and we're good. And then the next night, do the next pack.
Pumpkin, 2 pumpkins.
They're trying to decide who gets what pumpkin, but what we do is we divide it up almost like a contest. Instead of doing one pumpkin per kid like we used to, that was a nightmare. So now we pair off. So tonight it's going to be Bree and Gwen, Dad and Declan, and then Tristan and Aiden are going to work together because Tristan's still running late from work. And then I'm just going to help where I can.
In there and pull it all out. Yeah.
The best way to do this is actually to cut the bottom off, because then you don't have to worry about the top and the stem and everything. But yeah, the girls are having fun over here. And this is why we have the tablecloth, because it catches what the garbage bag misses.
Oh, you got much more than me.
And that's a tiny little hole for a big pumpkin. You want my help? Oh, come on! I have the camera going and I'm leaving the audio in. Yes, go ahead, Gwen.
That's why I said bung hole.
Go ahead, Gwen. There you go. See? It's nothing, Declan. Your sister did it. Stick your hand in there.
I'm not doing it. And also, it's more satisfying seeing all the pumpkin seeds randomly come out.
Yeah, I'll scrape it off.
Okay. The boys are going to use this old set of things we've got, and you just piece it together and then mallet it on.
Maybe.
That's your nose?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right there.
Brianna, why don't you stop?
Want to hit it?
Sure. It's tiny.
And here she can get some leverage.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Stop shaking the whole table.
There's just has a nose. Girls are drawing their face.
Cute. Yours is a little cute, but ours will be better.
Quinny. And then the boys are still using the mallet. I'm going to work on dessert while they're doing the pumpkins. I'm going to microwave this so it'll just come out a lot easier. And then these, you just literally pop right off the paper and put them on top of the brownies.
Right.
Sit down.
But I don't want.
So you got to take a picture with your pumpkin.
I'm going to put the pumpkin
And Dad's going to stand right behind the pumpkin. Yeah, look at theirs. That's supposed to be what, a cat?
No, it's like a demon.
A demon.
Some demon.
This is their submission. I cannot see your head in this one. Ah, there you are. That's cute, boys. So apparently Mako also helped with that pumpkin.
Yeah, if we wipe it down, it's good.
There is like one gigantic string just like right in the middle. It's like all gooey and gross. But this is Gwen and Brianna's. It is the pumpkin from Halloween Horror Nights. Oh goodness. I really hope you can pull that off because that's weird. Aim for the already goo that's there. Turn him this way. And stop. All right, Aiden, get in there. Yes, y'all are both so tall. I gotta move the camera that way.
I am shirtless.
One little piece of pumpkin in my hand. Thank you.
Stop me, it's okay. I'll take the mouse, baby.
I had to put this away. Brianna already put the brownies underneath that little pumpkin cover one last time using that thing. All the pumpkin mess is cleaned up. All the dinner mess is cleaned up. Dessert's cleaned up. So it is literally time to get these kids to bed. We are in the home stretch for Halloween over here. You guys are on Halloween or maybe even after at this point. I'm not sure. But aside from Gwen's 2 things that are still missing showing up, we are good. I've got one Halloween dinner tomorrow night. Halloween night, we do Papa John's with a jack-o'-lantern shaped pizza. I don't do Halloween dinners on that night. And usually I don't even do like a Halloween dessert. Sometimes I even go get Publix cupcakes that are in the Halloween colors and call it good. as my husband says, they also have enough candy. So half the time I don't even end up doing a dessert for Halloween. It has definitely been fun over the last like 6 weeks of sharing all the Halloween dinners and treats and everything with you guys and costume shopping and you name it. I am definitely ready to transition over into Christmas. But like I said, it's going to be a little bit of a slower transition. I'm not doing it on Saturday unless some weird whim hits me, that I can tell you. But sometime next week, you will get part 1 of the Christmas clean and decorate. I'm blocking him from getting to the air fryer, so I'm gonna shut up and just tell you guys good night. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you more than you know. I hope you and your family have a wonderful Halloween, and I'll see you in the next one. Good night, guys.